Incoming Greens MP Adam Bandt spoke to Kerry O'Brien shortly after declaring victory.
Run a pretty positive campaign based around some really core values of compassion and sustainability and equality, and the feeling in the room here is pretty amazing.
So what do you bring it down to? I mean, we've been on cue. We've been speculating tonight that the climate change policies of the government, the U-turn over the ETS, has played absolutely into your hands. I don't imagine you'd dispute that.
Oh, well, look, the government has chosen to delay action on climate change, and the coalition is in denial about it. And we've run a campaign that says that we need to take urgent action. We're facing a climate emergency. The scientists are telling us we've really got 10 years to start to turn it around, and we took that to people in Melbourne, and I think people in Melbourne have responded.
But the irony there, of course, is that you say urgent action needs to be taken to save the planet, but the Greens in the Senate actually voted the ETS down.
Well, we've always been pretty clear that we will support a scheme that is actually going to reduce emissions. One of the things, the case that we made to the electorate was that Labor's CPRS wouldn't have seen emissions reduced until 2035. And I think today people in Melbourne have delivered a pretty resounding verdict on what Labor and Liberal cooked up as their scheme to deal with climate change. And now we're opening up a new chapter where we've got a really exciting prospect in Parliament to take the kind of action that the country and the planet needs.
How different a situation might it have been if Lindsay Tanner had stayed on to contest the seat?
Well, he certainly had significant respect, and I'd be a rich man if I had $1 for every time someone told me that they liked what I stood for, but they thought Lindsay Tanner was good. And he's got he had quite a strong following, and I respect him as a local member. So it certainly did help, but against that, there were a number of factors in play. We had Julia Gillard taking over as Prime Minister, and also the potential tightness of the election. So I don't think one can point to any one factor. I mean, we ran a positive campaign based on getting hundreds of volunteers out, door-knocking, leafleting over the best part of a year. And it's great to see that grassroots politics pays off. And I think it's really engaged people in the electorate.
And that's the new Greens MP for the seat of Melbourne, speaking on the ABC's election coverage last night to Kerry O'Brien.